abstract, and this was pretty cool. I followed a tutorial video. I don't know who it was, but it's always the same dude. It's that one. I have no idea what his name is, but you've probably seen his videos pop up out of nowhere in your recommended. If you just type in abstract acrylic painting, he will come out. His name is Suraj Fine Art or something. I don't know, but he's really, really good. And for some reason, his thumbnails are so spot on. Like, I really want to click on that thumbnail. I was really, really hesitant to actually do it because I didn't know how it would turn out. Like, I'm the type of person that tries to make everything perfect, and I don't like messing up. But abstract painting it kind of teaches you to, like, mess up. It teaches you that it's okay to, like, do random stuff. Like, you can just do whatever you want, and it doesn't have to be perfect because it's abstract. And I miss Disneyland. It's closed right now because quarantine, you know what I'm saying? And, COVID-19, like, so many things are going on in this world. It's like 2020, baby. So many things are happening, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. If you have to, like, attack me, is whatever you have to do, 2020, whatever lectures you have to give me those lectures, because I'm ready for them, okay? I'm ready for all the lectures. I want to see what part of myself is incomplete and what part of myself is complete, and I want to feel that. I love that. I love learning my lessons. I love that. It's, like, the best thing ever. Honestly, even though it's painful, you grow through the pain and you become a better person. So 2020 is going to be those years that you're going to change a lot. A lot of things are going to come out. A lot of secrets, a lot of secrecy is going to come out. That's why you see a bunch of, like, celebrities and their secrets come. We're learning, okay? We have to, like, learn. And some of us, we're not going to learn. And some of us are going to learn. But it does bother me because it's beautiful to talk about the stars and spiritual stuff, and I just love that. I love it. I love it. And there's always going to be haters. There's always going to be people that are not going to agree because they're in their own little world. Like, we are all in our own little world. You are in your own little world as well. I am in my own little world. That person I talked to that was an asshole is in his own little world as well. All of us. All of us. And when someone tries to pull you out of that little world, you kind of get pissed off sometimes. You're like, why are you trying to take me away from my fantasy land? Why are you trying to take me away from my reality? This is my reality. Your reality is different. And sometimes when we mess with people's realities, they get really angry, or they get offended, or they get defensive. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, I believe in, like, astrology and spiritual stuff. And my friend believes in, like, Christianity, like, he's very religious, goes to church, so that's his reality. And my reality is, like, very spiritual, like, very astrology. And my friend will probably say that I believe in the devil, but I don't believe in the devil. I just believe in astrology. But his religion thinks that my religion, well, I don't have religion, but he would think that my beliefs are very dark and evil. And then, he would try to change me, and that would piss me off because, this is my reality. Don't mess with it. This is my boundary. I put this boundary. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me and my beliefs. You can be my friend, but I don't want to have a friend that tries to change me. So, yeah. And then there's people that believe in Scientology, and then there's people who believe in science, and then there's people who don't believe in any of that. They just believe in working and getting money and hustling. Oh, what? I'm laughing because, yeah, I know a lot of people like that. In fact, there's a lot of people in this world who believe in hustling and working, and that's fine. But to a certain degree, what actually matters to you? Is your job something that is true to you? That's actually your calling, or is it just something you're doing out of survival, just to get money, just to survive, just to pay your rent and bills? And I feel like if your job is just for that, I feel like your life is going to be a living hell every day because you're not going to enjoy your work. You're not going to enjoy it. And it's like, it's fucked up because people believe that you have to get a job no matter what. It doesn't matter what job. You just need a job to pay your bills. And that's very, like, boomer. That's very, like, like, a bunch of boomers probably told you that, like, your mom and dad, you have to do that. And, like, to a certain degree, you do have to work to get money. But, there's other ways. Like, don't just be stuck in a little box thinking this is the only way out. No. There's other ways out. You have to think outside the box, though. You have to start, like, thinking differently to actually be different and, like, be successful. You have to think differently, because if you just copy the crowd, you're not going to do anything. You're just going to, like, be part of the crowd. You're going to be invisible. And us humans, we want to stand out somehow. Like, we want, in our own way, we want to be special and unique. Like, we all do. Like, we all have that inside of us. All of us. All of us. Some of us, we feel confident and we like standing out with like jewelry or like makeup. And then other people like to stand out by like being like a hippie or like being a nomad and traveling in a van and shit like that. And then other people get it with money. Like, that's how they get attention, with money and cars, like very flashy, you know? And then there's people who just who get attention like online in a game, like on YouTube, like different ways we stand out. Or in a relationship, they like to stand out, you know, with their partner, and like, oh, well, I don't like that. But there's people like that, you know, that they need a partner. They can't be single because they need to be admired by their partner and they want to feel beautiful. That's what I'm trying to say. So some people, they don't need makeup or any of that. Some people, they stand out with their attitude and like their vibration and how happy they are, or just like how refreshing they are. Like, their presence is just so refreshing, and that's how they stand out. Like, they don't need money, cars, makeup. They don't need anything exterior. They just have interior beauty, and that makes them stand out. And I feel like that's the biggest weapon, because you don't need money. You don't need money to spend. Like, you can't buy that. Like, you could just get it for free. So, and like, work every day, tell yourself, I love myself, I'm happy, I love myself, blah, blah. Like, you have to like say that to yourself in order to become a happy person. You know, people find it hard to do that. They find it easier to just buy things. Much easier to buy a car than to actually work on themselves and become happy inside of themselves. And sometimes we try to be happy, but then we're not happy. And then we use like exterior things like shopping. Like, we go shopping so we can feel better. Or like, we put on makeup to feel pretty. Or like, we start talking to some guy who likes us so we can become confident, because we need someone to like us and admire us. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing it by ourselves. Okay? It's very wrong. I mean, I don't want to be the one telling you this is right, this is wrong. I don't want to be the one telling you that, but I just need to express. I need to express to you how important it is to love yourself and care about yourself. And tell yourself, I love myself every day. Yeah, a lot. You have to tell yourself that a lot. And you have to work on your childhood traumas, because all of us have traumas through our childhoods. We all went through something. And if you say that you did not, you are a liar. You are lying to yourself. If you say that, oh, I'm perfect, I have nothing, like, my parents were perfect. That's a fucking lie, sweetheart, because we are not perfect, okay? We are not perfect. Your parents are not perfect. No one's perfect, okay? So there was something along in your childhood that kind of affected you, and it's affecting you till this day. And you wonder, why am I like this? It's probably because of your childhood. It's probably something happened there that made you feel like that made you feel sad or angry, and you keep it inside of you, and that kind of affects you, okay? If you were really poor growing up and you didn't have a lot of money, then you're going to have a really bad root chakra, okay? If your parents were narcissistic and they didn't let you have an opinion, or they told you that you were stupid and you didn't have, like, they told you were dumb, so your throat chakra is going to be affected. If your mom told you you can't cry, you have to brave, suck it up, then obviously your sacral chakra is affected, because the feminine side of you wants to cry. It wants to like let out your feelings and express yourself. And if you were told that you can't express yourself, or you told that you can cry because you're a guy or whatever, then that part's gonna be affected. Yeah. If you don't know what I'm talking about, your chakras are real and they're in your body. Like, we all have chakras, all of us. Like, if you say you don't, wake up. It's 2020. You need to wake up and realize that, yes, we do have chakras, and spiritual things are real. Okay, astrology is real. Like, all that's real. Okay, so you gotta wake up and realize that there is more than meets the eye, and there's so many things that you can't see, but they are there. And some of us, we can't see those things because we don't allow ourselves. Sometimes we have blocked that part of ourselves. But since we were a kid, we would see those things. When you're a child, when you're a baby, like, you see things that are like as paranormal. Like, babies can see ghosts, dogs can see ghosts, babies can feel energies, they can feel everything, like, you know. So if you're a very like anxious parent, then your baby's gonna feel that. Like your baby's going to also carry that because they learn from you. Okay? So if you're a very angry parent, your baby's going to carry that too. So babies are very susceptible to energies and all of that, especially to the mother. If your mom was, she wasn't psychologically there, if she was emotionally unstable, then when she was pregnant with the baby, which is you, or whatever, then you're going to become affected emotionally as well. So whatever trauma she carries, you're going to take a part of that. You're going to take part of her traumas. And you have to work on all those things when you're older. That's the reality. That's the reality. You know you're unhappy, okay? But some people are going to say, I'm not, I'm happy. Are you really happy? Because some people, they'll just tell you that, yeah, I'm happy, but they're lying. They're lying to you. And they're lying to themselves. So you shouldn't get offended if you feel someone's lying to you, because they probably lie to themselves a million times, and they said it to themselves. They try to convince themselves, this is how it is. I'm happy. That they convince themselves that. But it's what I'm trying to say. I kind of contradict myself, but I'm saying, yeah, you have to tell yourself I'm happy, I'm positive. But it is good to tell yourself I'm happy, I'm positive, but you have to dig deep inside of yourself and actually analyze if you have done everything you can to heal within your heart and your soul and your chakras. I feel like we're always going to learn new things and become better. And your intuition never lies. So if you feel when someone's lying to you, then they probably are. They probably are. If you feel like something's off about someone, then there probably is something off about them. You just gotta trust your gut, your intuition, and it takes a lot to do that. Because especially if you grew up being taught that, the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? So if they told you, no, you're wrong, I'm right, you have to do what I say, and then you question them and you're like, why? Why can't you do it like this? And they're like, because I said so. Okay? And then you tell them, but I want to do it like this, I think this is a better idea. And then they'll be like, no, that's a stupid idea, just stop. Like, don't even do that. And then you start to question yourself, and you start to question, maybe my ideas are stupid. Maybe I shouldn't try to do it different. Maybe I should just follow whatever they're telling me. So sometimes you become a puppet to your parents, and you basically you become this different. You become this person. You get this identity from your parents, like the perfect daughter, the perfect daughter. She has straight A's. She doesn't question. She always takes care of her little brothers and sisters. She's always beautiful. She's always doing the right thing. So you just get this identity, and you forget who you are, because sometimes the person that your parent tells you that you are is not you. It's not you. Unless they actually talk to you and they get to know you. But in my experience, it was different. But some parents actually want to talk to you and get to know you and hang out like you're friends with them. Obviously, there has to be boundaries. Like if you think they're your friend, then you can't disrespect. You're gonna start disrespecting them. So sometimes they're scared to be your friend. So they want you to always respect them. So, but sometimes they take it way too far and they become too authoritative and too strict, and then you never want to talk to them because they're just too strict and authoritative. And then you become a rebel because you want to do the opposite. Which happens to a lot of teenagers and kids and all that. I love it a lot. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. You get this identity as a child, and you forget who you truly are, and you forget what your purpose is. And we are all born with a purpose. We are here for a purpose. We all have a purpose. We're here for a reason. That's what I'm trying to say. And we have to find out what it is. And many of us never find out. We never found out. When many people, they die. They get too old, and they never even know why they were here in the first place. Why was I born? What was my purpose? And you see them really unhappy and angry. It's because they didn't do all the things they wanted to do, and they regret so many things. And they want to go back in time and actually do what they want to do and not follow whatever their parents told them to, whatever society told them to was the right thing. And they chose the path that was acceptable to society. They chose the path that everyone told them to choose, and they didn't choose the path that they wanted to. So they have so much regret inside of them, so much anger towards themselves, so much disappointment towards themselves, and anger towards other people as well. But really, it's more anger and disappointment towards themselves, because they're the ones who allowed people to brainwash them. They allowed their parents to control them. They allowed themselves to be susceptible. They allowed it. So it's their responsibility to not let people step on them, to not let people brainwash them, to not let people tell them, this is how you should do it. No. You have to actually trust yourself and believe in yourself. Even if everyone is against you, even if the world is against you, you have to believe in yourself. At the end of the day, you have to believe in yourself. Okay? No one else. And you shouldn't rely on anybody else to do this with you. You have to do it by yourself. And realize that whatever you believe should always be your mantra. All the time. All the time. And you have to have it deep inside of you, engraved, and not let anybody take that away from you. Because the moment that you do is a moment that people cross your boundaries. And a person without boundaries is basically weak. It's basically very, very, very weak. Very, very sad. Very, very, very much a doormat. And you don't have boundaries, you become unhappy. Very unhappy. So you need to learn how to say no. You need to learn how to say stop. You need to learn how to make people respect you. And the only way to make people respect you is to respect yourself. That's the only way. And if you're doing something that makes you feel very disappointed in yourself, then you have to stop it. Okay, you have to stop that. For example, if you let your partner do this to you and you tell them stop, and then you just give up and you stop telling them stop, that makes you feel disempowered. It makes you feel vulnerable to the point that it's more than vulnerable. It's a feeling that you're powerless, and that's the worst feeling you can ever have. Okay, this isn't just a partner. It could be your parent, it could be your mom, your dad, whatever. But this is why it's important to respect your child. Okay, even though they're a child, you have to give them, boundaries. You have to teach them boundaries too. Okay, you have to balance that out. And if they didn't teach you how to, then you never learned them. You never learned boundaries, and you have to learn them as an adult. Boundaries are very, very important. They are so important. Okay. And as a kid, we don't have boundaries, which is also why the things that our parents teach us, they become engraved into our soul, into our brain, okay? Super, super duper engraved. And we have to unlearn. Yeah, that's the right word. We have to unlearn all of the things that your parents taught you and reteach yourself all the right things that are best for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Whatever you believe in will get you somewhere. Whatever you believe in is the job that you should be having. If you love video games, then you should be doing videos, recording yourself, streaming, whatever your passionate is should be your job. It should be. It should be. And if you truly believe that this is your passion, then do it. Okay? And have boundaries. And if someone tells you no, have that boundary. Put that boundary and be like, I don't care what you think of me. This is my line. If you cross it, get the hell out. And if you live with your parents, well, obviously it's a different story. But yeah, you have to remind yourself that boundaries are important. And if your parents cross your boundaries, then you have to get back on track and pick yourself up again and remind yourself that you're an incredible person and you're strong and powerful, and get back on track and become badass once again. Because sometimes when they cross too many boundaries, we become weaklings and we become disempowered and we feel like failures and we don't have energy and we don't want to get up and all that stuff from our bed. So we have to pick ourselves up. So pick yourself up, get out of your freaking bed, get out of your ass, and go and do what you believe. Also, subscribe to my channel, you guys. Comment down below, like this video, share it with people. Don't forget, whatever you believe in will get you somewhere. Whatever you believe in is the job that you should be having. If you love video games, then you should be doing videos, recording yourself, streaming, whatever your passionate is should be your job. It should be. It should be. And if you truly believe that this is your passion, then do it. Okay? And have boundaries. And if someone tells you no, have that boundary. Put that boundary and be like, I don't care what you think of me. This is my line. If you cross it, get the hell out. And if you live with your parents, well, obviously it's a different story, but yeah, you have to remind yourself that boundaries are important. And if your parents cross your boundaries, then you have to get back on track and pick yourself up again and remind yourself that you're an incredible person and you're strong and powerful, and get back on track and become badass once again. Because sometimes when they cross too many boundaries, we become weaklings and we become disempowered and we feel like failures and we don't have energy and we don't want to get up and all that stuff from our bed. So we have to pick ourselves up. So pick yourself up, get out of your freaking bed, get out of your ass, and go and do what you believe. Also, subscribe to my channel, you guys. Comment down below, like this video, share it with people. Don't forget that I make videos. I'm trying to make videos every day and upload them as soon as possible. I'm still trying to figure out the schedule. But so far, I'm trying to upload every day. And follow me on Instagram, Stephanie Una. I will update you and let you know when I posted a video. All right? I'm usually on Instagram. Okay? So, yeah, follow me on Instagram, like this video, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. All that crap. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. This was a very, very fun video. Love you.